Well, hello, NFT NYC community. I am excited once again to bring you a fun conversation as we're looking forward to our event happening April 12th to the 14th. And I have one of our MCs and a program advisor and a hero to many people in the NFT space because Nico, you have your hands as a leader in a couple different organizations. And a lot of people are looking to you as a forerunner, as an innovator, as a thought leader. For those that don't know who you are or what you're working on, please introduce yourself and then we'll jump in and have a brief conversation together.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for the kind words. Hi, everyone. I'm Nico. Yes, I have had the pleasure to collaborate with the amazing NFT NYC team. I am an engineer by training, but I always had a love for customer experience and, even just experiences that help us express ourselves. So fashion and beauty have been near and dear to my heart. I found my ways into these industries to make them better, make them more efficient, more equitable. So I have been building retail tech businesses and moved into the Web3 space because I realized that there's a lot of opportunities for empowerment of creators and also the factor of enhancing the customer experience, the user experience. So I founded two organizations. One is the Fashion DAO, which is more about building the culture, building the community, onboarding the masses. And fashion is something that everyone on earth touches. And so it's a great way to build those bridges and, just improve this industry that has been very much old fashioned and has a lot of gaps that we can fill in with this amazing, great technologies of Web3 and emerging tech. And my other organization, Chief Metaverse Officer Corp, is all focused about building the tech, building the infrastructure that actually enables us to do better. So we are making, the world more efficient using emerging tech, Web3 technologies, a lot of AI tools that we have been building over the years. And these all work very much hand in hand. You can't really expect a change without the infrastructure, and you can't also do that without the culture. So the culture and community going hand in hand with the technology makes that beautiful impact that we are looking for. And in addition to all of this, I support various prominent conferences because I believe that nothing is the same as being in person and making these connections and making the real impact.
Tell me a bit about your, what's been great about being involved in multiple organizations, both your Fashion DAO and Chief Metaverse Officer Corp, and of course, other things that you do. And how do you manage it? A lot of people sometimes can find themselves overwhelmed with one thing that they're focused on. So maybe you could talk a bit about your experience having multiple responsibilities and then how you're managing that in our chaotic, nonstop, fast-paced environment that we're in.
Well, yes, it's definitely not easy. And, it is taking a lot of effort mentally, physically, and all of that. But I think it's important to know this is such a special time and that we are lucky to be alive and lucky to have given these opportunities. So I'm really capitalizing on this. And the reason I'm doing various things is that because I don't feel like one would be sufficient. There are many that are focused only on tech, or there are many that are focused only on activism and culture building. But I don't think one would succeed without understanding of the other. And so that's what kind of makes my efforts very unique is that I am actually hands-on building on the culture and community side and on the tech side. So when I come to these conferences, I can actually make practical advice that people can, run with it and go make impact even more than maybe I personally can do. So as a leader, I'm constantly obviously learning from the other folks that I work with, but it is more about understanding people's needs and wants and giving them the right tools so they can, get to the most of what they can offer. I always look for setting them for success. If there is anything that, is beyond their interest or capacity, it's up to me to take that off of their plate. Either I have to do it or I will find the other person to do it. But so it's the sacrifice that you have to do. And that's where the great things happen. If you look at the greatest entrepreneurs, you have to make a lot of sacrifices. And I'm here for the challenge, but I know it's not something for everybody.
You're part of a panel surfing the wave of the digital fashion trends. And one of the things that you're focused on is, of course, the Fashion DAO. And just to be clear, the Fashion DAO is a bunch of Web3 fashion experts that have come together. Is the Fashion DAO open for new Web3 experts to jump in? Would it be wise for them to come to the panel that's happening and kind of get to know you and your friends that are there? But maybe you could give some clarity. Is the Fashion DAO open for business? Can people participate and join? And how does that happen?
Yes, definitely. Thank you for that question. So the Fashion DAO is actually beyond even Web3 and even the fashion industry. So we are looking to be the world's most equitable organization. We are building an ecosystem where everyone is empowered to create value responsibly. So that doesn't really limit you to Web3 or fashion. And we're starting off with these beautiful areas because people that are in Web3, they're already open-minded, they're already ready to adopt this technologies, and they're understanding the values that Web3 can offer with transparency, sustainability, and so on. And in terms of getting involved, yes, absolutely. The fashiondao.xyz is our website. We are everywhere at the_fashion_DAO. You can find us and reach out. You can be a creator, get involved. You don't have to be an artist. You can be a marketer. You can be a technologist like me. So you can literally be from every side of the product and industry, and even like beyond the fashion space, because again, our impact is bigger than that. We are very much focused on ESG. If you have heard of that, is very important factor for decision making on the investments. Environmental, social, and governance aspects of the build that we do. So that mindful building is kind of we are advocating for, and I will be talking more about that on the panel.
You have another panel that's called DAOs as breakthrough incubators for businesses, nonprofits, and individuals. Maybe you could give us a bit of thought around why DAOs are potentially a great opportunity, not just for an individual, not just for a business, but also for nonprofits. Maybe it extends beyond that. Love to hear your thoughts on that before we wrap up.
Sure. DAOs are just a new way of doing communities and organizations, and not all of them are the same. So that gives us an opportunity to define how things can be done better, more efficiently, more equitably, more empowering others. So with all of that, we define how DAO are being done with us, and kind of teaching people how you can be more unbiased. That's the autonomous part of the DAO for us. Decentralization is more about empowering people, and every DAO founder can define all of these very differently. Like not all corporations are the same, not all DAOs are the same. So we're going to talk about how also the infrastructure that we can build with DAO tooling and with this emerging tech can actually enable us to do better with these new structures.
Well, I'm going to show my screen for a moment and make sure everybody's aware of the times that they could come and participate with what you have going on. So Wednesday afternoon on the future stage, you have your first DAO panel. And then Thursday morning, you are the MC. You are leading the helm and serving the party people as the MC of the main stage. And then later that afternoon, right as you're kind of wrapping up as our MC for that morning into the afternoon, you're jumping and doing another panel, and that is surfing the wave of the digital fashion trends. So we want to encourage everybody, come to the event, of course, and then also come and enjoy what Nico has put together with her friends for all of us. Nico, any final words before we wrap up? Maybe how people can get in touch with you if they want to reach out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for all the kind words and support. Yes, you can definitely follow me at Nico Fara _ on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere. You can find me, and I'm gonna be creating more content talking about all of our vision and mission. We also have an event on April 14, so I highly encourage everyone to check out our event, and it's gonna be very curated and empowering for creators. Thank you so much for your time, Ian, and thank you for all this great work that you do.
Of course. Well, I'm happy to do it. It's nice to have you jump in and join me today. I'll see you in a couple weeks in New York, and I look forward to that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
Bye.
Everybody that watched, thank you for your attention. We know you're there, and we want to see you in New York. Come join us. And until then, I'll be back again soon, and have a